The Wisdom of Managing Money, Part 2, explores 3 additional principles to improve quality of life and enhance participation in God's mission. These principles are avoiding the use of others' money, recovering the art of saving, and He multiplies whatever He receives. The practice of borrowing money is not new, but how debt is handled has significantly changed today. In the past, debtors had low incomes, credit was hard to obtain, and borrowing was for essential needs. Today, many borrow for non-essential items with easy access to credit. Over half the population is now in debt, influenced by factors like economic crisis, instant gratification, and overconsumption. This situation is not without consequences. Scripture warns about the dangers of debt. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 says, "The borrower is servant to the lender." Debt enslaves individuals, limiting their freedom and damaging their Christian witness. Debt can also hinder faithful giving, preventing individuals from supporting God's mission. The good news is that it's possible to break free from debt, and here are some suggested steps. Start by acknowledging that you have a problem and commit to become debt-free. Seek divine guidance. He can set you free. Assess your financial situation. Re-establish the practice of tithing. Be under God's blessings. Stop relying on credit. Create a repayment plan and use the snowball method to pay off debts from smallest to largest. Ellen G. White encourages simplicity and frugality, advising believers to make a covenant with God to pay off debts, even if it means living on bread and water. The second principle is recovering the art of saving. Saving was a common practice in past civilizations, with people preparing for lean times through methods like drying vegetables and preserving food. Yet, in modern times, despite many saving options, people save less than ever. The Bible stresses the importance of saving. Proverbs chapter 6 verses 6 to 8 uses the example of the ant's diligent work and foresight. In Genesis chapter 41 verses 34 to 36 highlights Joseph's savings plan during a famine in Egypt. Ellen G. White notes that many remain poor because they spend all they earn instead of saving for future needs. Saving offers numerous benefits, including preparing for emergencies, retirement, and leaving a financial legacy. It also enables believers to support God's work, as seen in the early church where people sold properties to fund the apostles' work. Here are some practical saving tips. Teach delayed gratification early. Teach savings to your children. Start saving even in small amounts. Be systematic and automate your savings. This can really help. Set limits to avoid becoming obsessed with saving. and remember to distinguish between saving and hoarding. The Bible warns against hoarding wealth for selfish reasons, as seen in Jesus' parable in Luke chapter 12, verses 16 to 21. Hoarding wealth distracts from pursuing heavenly treasures. The third principle, he multiplies whatever he receives. While caution is needed with the prosperity gospel, Scripture assures us that God multiplies whatever we give to him. This principle is clearly demonstrated in the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000 men. The boy gave what he had, bread and fish, and Jesus multiplied them. But he could not multiply the food they ate in the morning, nor the one they left home. God's multiplication works in all aspects of giving. Giving to the poor, returning tithe, giving offerings, and even in offering ourselves to him. When we give to God, he multiplies. Our generosity should not depend on our abundance, but on our trust in his provision. Managing finances wisely honors God. Avoid using others' money. Embrace the discipline of saving and activate God's multiplication through giving. As we practice and teach these things, God will bless lives and many will enjoy partnering in his mission.